is comfortably fitting into a box. They have been domesticated. They have been beat down to the fucking core. They have been broken. We had some technical difficulties. Y'all have to come back. Okay. Grand Rising family, welcome back to the party. It's a party. It's a party, guys. Okay, I got all my cards out this time. Let's make sure we get all the cards out of the bag this time. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Okay, I'm going to have to rearrange my setup. Hold on, guys, because I'm going to have to rearrange my setup real quick because ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Okay. All right, y'all. Because, what was I saying? I had to rearrange my setup. Oh, yeah, because I have some stuff up here. All right, so how's everybody doing on this wonderful Monday morning? Woo! It's Monday, October 9th. Oh, wow. It makes a year today that my father has transitioned this beautiful earth. It is a beautiful earth. It is very, very beautiful, wonderful. You guys can't see what I have right here, so I'm going to have to figure out how to put you guys. Oh, we'll do that. Okay. BRB, y'all know I don't be having my setup together. I'm going to start having my setup together for y'all because y'all do not deserve this. Wow! Oh, no! Woo, good thing the screen didn't crack, guys. I was going to be so upset if my screen cracked. Like, I was going to cry. I would have really cried. Y'all would have seen me cry today because it hasn't even been a whole 6 months that I had this phone. Jesus, help us. All right, you guys. I'm back. I'm back. And I'm better. All right. We can get into this now. All right. There we go. All right, guys. We're all put together now. All right. It's November 9th, 2020. 9 is the number of completion. We know this because we should know this by now. So, what do y'all want us to know on this completion day? What is this day about for us? What is the energy like today? We know that something's going to go on this week. You told us yesterday we're going to have something going on this week. Something will be exposed. Something's coming to light. So, what's the energy like for today? Oh, my God. Oh, you just have to stay right there then, because for clarity. So we're going to have to go into, we're going to have to retreat this week. Or not this week, but today. We're definitely going to have to spend some time with self today. I already know that. The Hermit card just showed itself. And you guys know, if the cards are meant, they will show themselves. So what is the energy like while we're still going through Scorpio season? We know something's going on this week, being brought to light. We know today is the 9th day. That's completion. We know that we're still dealing with shadowy things and mysterious things, being that we are in Scorpio season. Still in Scorpio season. Woo, child. Them Scorpios. I can't talk. My moon is in Scorpio. So I guess I can't talk because I know all about that Scorpio shit. Woo, child. Scorpios is something serious, honey. Like, woo, honey. Honey. All right, what's going on in this Scorpio season on this 9th day of November? It is Monday, November 9th, 2020. It's a completion day. We're completing a lot of shit. A lot of shit is being let go right now. It has to, because we got to go to the next level. We have to let go. So I know we're going to have to sit with self today, which makes sense for me, because I got to try a lot of shit today anyways that I don't have time to be engaging in distractions. So I'm definitely going to have to withdraw myself today. I see that. And I'm a Cancer. I'm already a hermit by nature. I'm a Cancer. If y'all don't know about astrology, you better get into astrology. Okay, well, we're just going to redo that because what was going on there? If you don't know about astrology, you want to get into astrology because on this page I talk heavily about astrology. But if you don't know, you finna know. Cancers are crabs. What? What's going on with this deck? Cancers are crabs. Hermit crabs. The hermit. I I'm a hermit by nature. So I have no problem withdrawing into my shell or retreating. I have absolutely no problem. Okay. Let's figure out what that one wants to know today. Are we done? Alright, I guess we're done. Oh. Ooh, I like it. We got the Queen of Cups today. Oh, this is just some abundance. We walking into some abundance. The Queen of Cups talks about dealing with she talks about being compassionate and being understanding and just being very free and flowing and being receptive and sweet, and she's just real nice. She's just real fucking nice. She's just real fucking nice. Look at her. She just look like she's just real fucking nice. She's sitting on her throne. We know throne represents power, a ceremony. We know she has a crown on. Crown represents power, eternal life, and it represents power, eternal life, and something else. It's a third thing. What a crown represents? Power, victory, and eternal life. There we go. The throne represents a ceremony and or power. She has a cup in her hand. We know cups represent feminine sexuality, pleasure, and the elements of water. And isn't there some water in here? Yeah, she's actually sitting on water too. So let's go to the Queen of Cups. And then we just pulled this Hermit for clarity. So I'm not guessing. I know what the Hermit signifies, represents, that we about to have to go sit down for a second and be with self, focus, spend a lot of time with self right now. We're going into our shell. The Hermit says you have to go into your shell, retreat. It's time to retreat. And that makes sense because it's getting colder. It's getting colder. It's getting cold outside. So we have this Queen of Cups as our card of the day, and then y'all, come on now. We have this Queen of Cups as the card of the day. And then we have this Hermit for the clarity. We already know Queen of Cups is a water element, so that's big Cancer energy. Big yin and yang energy. It says Queen of Cups, a kind and benevolent woman whose complexion is fair and whose manner is gentle and supportive. When this queen appears in your reading, she's asking you to be understanding and compassionate, and that goes for dealing with your own issues as well as dealing with others. This is a time for putting what you feel ahead of what you think. Hug as many people as you can. It's good for both of you. Just make sure that you're not letting others take advantage of your good nature. So with this, when we have this Hermit card following up, I feel like we're supposed to be spending time with self, and we need to be compassionate to self. Compassion, that goes for dealing with your own issues. You got to sit with yourself so that you can know what you're actually feeling. It says it's time to put your feelings ahead of what you think. Actually do what you feel. Don't get out of your head. Stop thinking about it so much. Just feel that shit and do it. Feel whatever your body is telling you. Feel whatever your soul is telling you. Feel whatever your spirit is telling you. Stop overthinking. Get the fuck out of your head. Stop thinking about that shit. And the only way that you're going to be able to get out of your head and into your body and actually feel what the fuck is going on and what you want is to spend time with self. It's time to go within. It's time to retreat. It's time to hibernate. It's time to go into your shell. Like I said, I'm a Cancer, so I do this regularly. Like on the regular, I take time to myself. I hermit. I go inside. Like you ain't gonna hear from me for weeks, for days, maybe, because I take time to myself. Like it's just in my nature. Some people don't have this in their nature to know when to step back and take time for self and to have self-care and to like. I think a lot of people feel guilty for taking time for self. A lot of people feel guilty, or they feel selfish when they ignore people, when they only tend to self, when they, like anything. And I feel like the world that we live in has created the narrative in such a way where you feel fucking guilty for taking care of yourself. Like, what? How dare you feel guilty for taking care of yourself, for stepping away from a person, a place, or a thing that no longer serves you, even if it's just for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months or a couple of years, if you know you're going to go back. Sometimes you don't even always know you're going to go back. Sometimes you just need a break, and then you be like, oh, that was just a break. Sometimes you actually think you're leaving for good, but it's not. It's just a break. So we need to go within today. Take this time today to go within. Nobody is entitled to your energy. Nobody is entitled to your mind. Nobody is entitled to your love, except for if you have children. The only people on this planet that is entitled to you is your children up until a certain age. Clearly, because I'm not entitled to my mama's energy all the time right now. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm not entitled to her love, her time, her energy all the time. But my little sister, who's 5, she is for sure. Tori is most definitely entitled to my mom's energy and my mom's love and my mom's time right now. But I'm not. So, like I said, if you don't have no children, ain't nobody entitled to your shit. It's yours. It's yours. It's your energy. If you feel like you gotta step back because something's going on, you want to figure out your own way, you want to make some decisions for yourself, but everybody else is giving their own opinion, everybody else is clouding your judgment, step away. Take time for yourself. Step away, because the card is telling you this is a time to show compassion to yourself. This is a time to pour into self. Don't let people take advantage of you. It says, if you are loving on people, pouring into people, just make sure that you're not letting other people take advantage of your good nature. So now is the time to step back, and pour into self. Love onto self. Be compassionate with self. Think about, put your feelings ahead of your thoughts. And like I said, we be thinking that we're supposed to let people take advantage of us. We be thinking that we gotta give people this energy, but the whole time we don't be feeling that shit. We do not. You know how many motherfuckers do shit that they don't want to do because they think that they're supposed to do it, or because society has conditioned them into believing like, you gotta be miserable, you gotta suffer. But the thing is, if you're going against your feelings, who is that serving? Who is it serving for you to be miserable and unhappy because you went against yourself? You went against yourself, and now you're miserable, and now you're spewing your misery onto other people, because misery loves company. It's just misery is like a virus. It's like a disease. And it's very fucking contagious. All it takes is one fucking contact. All it takes is one touch. All it takes is for us to exchange some money. All it takes is and that's why I be telling motherfuckers, when you go to place and you get horrible customer service, I be like, if you don't want this job, don't take it. Because now you're coming to work miserable as fuck, and then you're getting shitty customer service. Who does it serve for you to be miserable? Who does it serve for you to go against yourself? If you're putting your feelings behind, you're putting your feelings last, you're not listening to your body, you're not listening to yourself, you in your head so much that you can't truly feel what's going on, that's not serving nobody. And the only way that you can really get to this place where you are actually truly feeling self and truly putting your feelings first and putting yourself first is to spend time with self. Spend time with self and figure out, what the fuck do self want? Self, what do you need? Self, what do you feel? Self, what's going on with you? Who do you want to see? Who do you not want to see? What do you need to hear? What do you not need to hear? What do you want to do? What do you not need to do? You got to figure that shit out, because that's the only way for you to be peaceful. That's the only way for you to be able to give love and peace and joy to other people. How can you pour from an empty well? You can't. It's impossible. If you're pouring from an empty well, it's an illusion, because you're empty, so you're not pouring anything. It's an illusion. You're not pouring anything. Okay, in the upright position, the words represent sensitive, receptive, kind. The numbers are 13 and or 4, because 1 + 3 = 4. That's foundation. The element we know is water. Symbol is cup, crown, throne, and water. We already read that. Okay, let's go to the Hermit. We already know what the Hermit says. I clearly just told us, but let's read it anyways. It says, and the Hermit, y'all better stop fucking playing with me today. The Hermit's number is 9, and today is the 9th day. Completion is found in being with self, okay? Completion is found with taking care of self. Completion is about to happen, y'all. And also, maybe yesterday's reading for the week, when it was talking about some shit being exposed, maybe it's not somebody else that's being exposed. Maybe it's you that's being exposed. Maybe it's your real true desires and your real true wants and needs that's being exposed. Maybe you faking yourself, trying to believe that you want something and you really don't. So you trying to think that you want something and you really don't, and you need to feel that you want that shit, or you want to feel what you need. So maybe what's getting exposed this week is us. Our heart, our soul. And I would love for that to be what's coming to light. I would love for that to be what's coming to light for us. Because yesterday the reading told us this week some shit is coming to light. Something is being exposed. Some type of exposure is going on. And now I'm starting to believe it has to do with us. We're getting exposed. We're being brought to light. All that shadow shit in us is coming to light this week. Yes, ma'am. That's what that said. That's what's going on this week. All of our shadow shit is about to come to the forefront, and we finna have to sit and deal with that shit. We have to sit and deal with that shit, because if we don't, we finna be pouring from a motherfucking empty well for the rest of our lives. This is the time, y'all. Like, you don't understand. 2020 is the start of this is the start of a decade. Okay, 2020 is the start. Well, I guess technically 2021 is the start of a decade, but whatever. We're gonna say 2020 is the start of a decade. What you do now in this month, in this year, the things that we do in this year is setting the tone for the next 10 years of our life. So if in this time you are going against yourself, you're still pouring from an empty well, you're still thinking that you gotta do stuff for people, you're thinking that you gotta be there for people, you are draining yourself. But please understand what you're setting in stone for the next 10 years of your life. Obviously, things can always be changed and rewritten and rebuilt. Obviously. But why do that when you can set the shit right the first time? When you can foundation, 3 + 1 = foundation. When you can set the foundation now of self-care. When you can set the foundation now of going within and sitting with self and finding peace and understanding within self. Why have to rebuild later when you can set the foundation now? If you set the foundation now, like the Tower card told us a couple days ago, rebuilding on solid foundation. If you set the foundation now of self-care being a standard, of peace being a standard, of telling people no as a standard, then the next 10 years is easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, okay? Like, come on now. Okay, the Hermit is number 9, completion. It says, the Hermit looks like a lonely figure in his robe with his head bowed. His feet stand on the snowy... Ooh, I'm making up words. His feet stand on the snow, only empty sky behind him. His lantern lights the way as he leans on his staff. He gazes forward. Is he looking where he's going, or is he looking into the lamplight? The number is 9. The element is earth. Stay fucking grounded. Stay grounded in self. The element is earth. Stay grounded. Sit down. Go sit with yourself today. Connect your root chakra to the earth and stay grounded. The zodiac symbol is Virgo. That's so funny because Virgo is my rising. The symbol is lamp, mountain, and staff. Now we know mountain has to do with your spiritual path, and it has to do with being consistent. Lamp represents a guiding light. That inner peace, that higher self, those ancestors, those spirit guides, they're calling you to sit down. They're calling you to sit down and be with self. They're trying to guide you, but they can only guide you if you sit down and listen to self. They need you to be still. It's too much shit going on. We're trying to pour out into too many people. We're trying to pour out into too many activities. Sit down. Sit the fuck down. Sit down today and be with self and center and take time for yourself and cut people out. Because there's a guiding light that's trying to guide you. It says staff. Staff represents magician and powers. You have the power. You have the power within yourself. You just got to sit and find it. You have to pull it out of you. You can only pull it out of you if you know it's there. But you only know it's there if you actually sit and spend time with self. How do you know if you have something if you never... A lot of motherfuckers don't even know who they are. A lot of people literally don't know themselves. You're like, damn, I didn't even know I could do that. Or damn, I didn't even know I like that. Or damn, I didn't even know I was powerful like that. Yeah, because you haven't said with self. You haven't even met yourself. You have never even introduced yourself to self. Like, you are a magician. You have powers, but you got to sit down. You have to sit with self and figure that shit out. Again, mountain represents spiritual path and being consistent. This is your spiritual path. It is calling you. Number 9 is completion. It's calling you to complete it. It's calling you to complete the cycle. It is time for you to sit down and be grounded with self. Sit with self so that you can be compassionate and full of love, and you can be this queen to your people that you need to be so that you can pour out love and light and protect them. You can't be the superwoman for your family that you want to be, or the Superman for your family that you want to be, if you don't have nothing. And it be so crazy because society tells us we have to be the saviors of our family, which is cool because if that's your role, if that's what you were called to do, by all means, I'm not trying to take you away from your role. Do what you're supposed to do in your life and your family and your legacy. However, how do you expect to save people if you ain't even saved your fucking self? How do you expect to be pouring into fucking people if you ain't even poured into yourself? It don't even make sense. Like, yeah, you're supposed to be there for people. Yeah, you're supposed to love people. Yeah, you're supposed to have your family back. But how can you do that if you ain't even did that for yourself? And then it'd be like, oh, I can't say no. I can't walk away. I can't. Why? If you don't say no, then you giving something that you don't got, or you giving something that you don't want to give. Now you resenting the person. Now you're giving with obligation. I don't want nothing with obligation. I don't want nothing with obligation attached to it. I don't want nothing with resent attached to it. I don't want nothing with misery attached to it. And that be the thing. We be thinking that we're doing stuff because we're supposed to, not out of obligation. But then you don't even understand how you're fucking the person that you're doing something for, because you're not doing it in love. You're not doing it in peace. You're not doing it because you feel like you want to do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want none of that shit. Keep that shit. If you don't want to do it for real, keep that shit. In the upright position, the Hermit says, the Hermit shows that time alone is needed to find solutions to the situation. It reminds you that the answer you seek are not found somewhere else, but rather deep within you. It's also an indicator that you may be in need of some rest and relaxation to recharge your batteries. Sometimes the best solution is simply to withdraw. The Hermit's number is 9. This is a number of completion, the last of the single digits when we're counting. This card also indicates the need for soul searching. You have to find the truth. You need a new direction, a new focus, and the beginning of that journey lies within you. Within you, not nobody else. Not no advice from somebody else. Not what your parents want you to do. Not what society tells you to do. It lies within yourself. Sit down and figure out what it is. Figure out how to begin that journey, your journey, that's specifically tailored to you, your blood, your DNA, your life, your wants, your needs, your passions, your strengths, your weaknesses. Not made for nobody else. That journey was custom made specifically for you. But you gotta, it's inside of you. It's inside. It says, and not within an activity or a person or a situation. The beginning of that journey lies within you, not within an activity or a person or a situation. You have to know what you want first and then explore how to create it in your life. Like I was saying, like I said on that video on my YouTube, well, this is going on YouTube, so on another video, stop complicating your life. Figure out what the fuck you want and say no to everything that's not that. Figure out what it is that you want. Sit with self, figure out what you want, and say no to everything that's not that. It's so fucking simple. We complicate life. If you have never practiced meditation previously, this card is an indication that now may be a good time to do it. If you already meditate, go deeper. The Hermit is promising you that the answers you seek are there in your heart. In your heart. You have to go inwards in order to see outwards. You have to go inwards in order to see outwards, because we're not really seeing with our eyes. We're seeing with our third eye. It's that third eye chakra that we need to activate, that we need to unlock, that we need to take the lenses off of, that we might need to put the lenses on. If you can't see clearly, put the lenses on. But we got to go inward so that we can see outward, so that you can see with your eyes, your physical eyes closed, so that you can see. Go inward so that you can see outward. It's by examining your own motives and desires that you can light the path to finding the solution to the immediate situation and the purpose for your life in general. It's by examining your own motives and desires, by examining yourself, by learning yourself, by sitting with self and finding out what the fuck you really want, and then figure out why you want it, your motives and desires. What do you desire? And then what motivates that desire? What motivates that desire? And if it's some societal shit, if it's some peer pressure shit, if it's somebody else made me feel like shit, check that shit. Check it. Put it in check. It says, by examining your own motives and desires, that you can light the path to finding the solution to the immediate situation and the purpose for your life in general. In the upright position, it means reflection, wisdom, and solitude. Solitude, and only in solitude do you find wisdom. Only in solitude are you able to authentically reflect, because when you were trying to reflect while you're surrounded by people, places, and things, you really are seeing reflections of whatever is bouncing off of that mirror. We are really just mirrors, and whatever we see, whatever we feel is really just bouncing off of us. So you trying to reflect around a whole bunch of people, around a whole bunch of energies. You ain't really seeing shit but a whole bunch of energies. You confused, because it's like, what's going on? What is all this shit? What is going on? This shit don't feel right. Yeah, because it's not your energy, sis. Yeah, because it's not your energy, bruh. It's not meant for you. You got other people's energy bouncing the fuck off of you. Solitude. Take time now when it's just you and your own element. You see on yourself. Now you see one energy. Now you feel your energy. Now you can see, oh, dang. You know what? I wasn't even irritated. They was irritated. So it just bounced off of me like, fuck, I'm irritated for. I ain't even got shit to be irritated for. But they was irritated, so it just rubbed off on me. But now that I'm by myself, I realize, oh shit, I ain't got shit to be irritated for. And that's a small thing. That's a small thing. Motherfuckers be literally living, that people be going into careers because of the people that's around them. Think about, perfect example. Think about people that are born into families that are doctors, or born into families that are lawyers, or born into families that are actors, or born into families that are hunters, etc., etc., etc. You're born into this family that already has their identity down pat as the family of doctors, or the family of lawyers, or the family of actors, or the family of whatever. So now you're born into this family and they tell you, hey, you're an actor, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer. Okay, cool. So your whole life you're growing up thinking like, dang, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, woo, I'm a what else? I'm a hunter, woo. Then you get in that shit and you're like, wait, why is everybody else happy? But I'm miserable as hell. What's going on here? Mom and Dad, I thought y'all said I was supposed to be happy. I thought, and then they'd be like, no, shut up. You're supposed to shut up. You're a doctor. You're not gonna do anything else because you come from a long line of doctors. Shut up. Be miserable. What? Be miserable. And then John goes and kills himself because he was miserable, because his family told him he had to be a doctor. His whole entire life, his family told him he had to be a doctor, or an actor, or a hunter, or a dancer, or whatever, or a drug dealer. That's real too. That's trauma too, or whatever. And then John goes and kills himself. And now everybody's so fucking, oh my God, I can't believe it. What was going on? I could have never imagined. I would have never known. Yeah, because you didn't take time to get to know John. You didn't ask John what he wanted. John didn't ask himself what he wanted. He didn't have the freedom or the space to really express himself and to tell y'all, no, I don't want to be a doctor. He didn't have anybody in his life who gave him the freedom to be himself. So I am telling y'all right now, I'm giving you the freedom to be yourself. If you don't got nobody else in your life that is telling you to be yourself, to sit with yourself and figure out what the fuck you want to do, I'm telling you that right now, because I don't want you to end up in a life that's miserable for you because somebody else told you to and then you off yourself. And now you got kids that don't got no parents. Or now you got family that ain't got no daughter or no son. Or now you got siblings that don't got no brother, no sister no more because you were miserable. I don't want that for nobody. I lost somebody to suicide in high school. She was only 14 years old. Can you imagine what somebody has to be going through at 14 years old to take their life? I don't want that for nobody. And the only reason people feel like they have to take their lives, yes, people deal with demons. Yes, people deal with all types of mental diseases, but they also live in a world that does not give them the freedom to be who they want to be. We do not give people the freedom to be who they want to be, and then we force them to fit into these fucking boxes, and we force them to fit into these positions that they're too fucking big for, or they're too grand for, or they're too, they don't fit. It's not for them. Nobody's supposed to be fitting. Nobody should fit into a box. Nobody should comfortably fit into a box, because if somebody is comfortably fitting into a box, they have been domesticated. They have been beat down to the fucking core. Please understand that nobody is happy in a box. Nobody is truthfully happy in a box. And if they are, it's an illusion, because they have been broken, they have been beaten, and they have been crushed down to this box. But I bet you if that top came off, oh baby, they would expand. They would, like when you got something in the package and it be small, the package be little as hell, and then you cut them up and you it just pop up real big. Yeah, that's what most people be doing. That's really how most people live. Like, most people be big as fuck, but they be fitting into this fucking box. They be squishing themselves into this motherfucking box because they was born into a family that told them this is the only box for you, or that a box is for you in the first place. I would never tell my children that you gotta fit into a fucking box. Fuck that. For what? For what? Why? Who are we living for? Who is that serving to do something that you don't want to do? So, now that was a little long-winded, but I be so fucking passionate about people really finding out what it is that they want to do and doing that shit, because you technically only have one life to live, even though we know you come back and all that other shit, but technically you only get one life to live, and the nerve of you to spend your life doing some shit that other people want you to do. Fuck off, mom and dad. Fuck off, society. Go do what the fuck you want to do. If that's what you want, go do it. And then motherfuckers be wanting you to do shit that they never did, or that they can't do. Fuck you, that's not what I want to do, and I'm not doing it. Have fun doing what the fuck you want to do. I'm not doing it. Whew. So, pour into self, Have some compassion for self. Understand self. Be kind to yourself. Put your feelings first. Understand that it's okay to change your mind. Understand that it's okay to fall. Understand that it's okay to rebuild. Show yourself compassion. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to sit the fuck down and find yourself. Love yourself enough. Show compassion to yourself enough. Show understanding to yourself enough to be like, you know what? Maybe I don't really know what I want. Maybe I really don't know who I am. You know what? I understand that society can make me feel this way. I understand that people can project onto me. I understand. I show myself compassion. It's okay to change your mind, self. It's okay to want something new, self. It's okay not to want this, self. It's okay to say no, self. Show yourself compassion. Show yourself understanding. Give yourself, if nobody else is in your life giving you the freedom to be yourself, give yourself that freedom. Be that person for yourself. Be that person for yourself. Be like, you know what? You don't want to do this today. You don't feel like answering your phone right now. Why? Don't answer that. Don't answer that phone call. You don't feel like talking. Don't text that. You don't feel like washing the clothes. You can do it tomorrow. You can do it later. Take a nap. You're tired. Take a nap, self. Take a nap just because. Like, they make you feel like taking a nap in the middle of the day is like the worst, most laziest thing ever. Like, what? My body said it was tired. I sat down with myself. I'm so in tune with my body that I can feel when it's tired. Oh, you need a nap. Okay. Oh, you need some water. Okay, let me give you some water. Oh, you need to be off social media for today? Okay, so we'll stay off social media today. Show yourself compassion. Show yourself love. Be understanding to yourself. Be yourself's best fucking friend. Be yourself's best fucking friend. Give yourself what you need. But that starts when you sit down with yourself, and it starts when you're in solitude and you're reflecting. You know what the fuck you want. So sit down with self, show self-love and compassion to be able to know that I need to sit down. You always show yourself love and compassion and understand. You're like, okay, you know what? You do need to be alone. You do need to sit down. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being alone. It's okay, self. You need some time to yourself. Have that time to yourself and figure out who the fuck you are and what the fuck you want. And if you already on the right path, even better. If you have family that has cultivated an environment for you to be your best self, even fucking better. But if not, be that person for yourself. Be that life for yourself. I mean, be that family for yourself. Be that pathway for yourself. So, love self, show self-compassion, and then sit the fuck down and figure self out even more. So, yeah. That's all. That's it on this beautiful day of completion. Number 9, honey. Number 9 on the 9th day. Complete that shit. Figure it out. This is the last step. Complete that shit. All right, y'all. Peace, love, light, blessings to you all. I'm really, really hot. And as always, the marathon continues. Ooh.